Good morning, everybody, or it could be afternoon, depending on where you're at. But it wasn't a good morning for Lie-lani. She actually showed her face today in court, sort of, because she has a COVID mask on. But anyhow, she was wearing regular clothes. I don't know who got her this garb, but I don't think it's anything that she would have picked out. Anyway, she got to face Judge Tammy Stokes, who I just adore. She's not having any of it. Now, they gave it a good swing, a good swing. Said they're going to get her into drug rehab if she gets bond. They have a safety coordinator because she's been harassed and social media has been so bad to her. That happens, you know? When you put your child in a dumpster and your whole town is turned upside down and hundreds of thousands of dollars are spent finding your child in a landfill, some people just don't like you that well anymore. But either way, the judge wasn't too impressed with the safety coordinator, the drug rehab, or any of it. She denied bond. The state wasn't going to have it either way because they said, we emailed you our response, which was like 9 pages long. So they had a lot of reasons not to let her out. Wasn't too worried about it in the first place, and I know you guys weren't either. But look at this with me and tell me what you think. She did plead not guilty. We saw that coming. Of course, she's going to plead not guilty. She's not going to go down like that. And going forward, if I'm hearing it right, full transparency, cameras will be allowed in the courtroom. Look at this with me. Tell me what you think. Please leave me a comment.
Okay, let's return to the issue of bond. Mr. Dean, I have received, your request, for restriction of certain information. The court has reviewed it. If there's anything you'd like to say, well, first is the defense's motion. Ms. Walker.
Your Honor, just briefly, of course, Ms. Simon was born and raised here locally. She is 23 years old. Speaking to the statutory factors, just briefly, Your Honor, we would say to the court that she is not a flight risk, one, because she lives here, two, because throughout this investigation, she remained here locally, knowing that she was a person of interest in this investigation, and that she is presently under a DFACS case plan, which I will not get into the details of, other than to say that she has every incentive to remain in this county pursuant to that plan in order to reunite with the children, and certainly that would be her hope. Your Honor, she is also not a threat or a danger to an individual or community because as a result of that case plan, she will be monitored and supervised at a very intense level by people who have a high level skill to do so. So concerns that the court may have based on the allegations in this indictment should be factored in related to that case plan, Judge, and that she's not at risk of committing a felony because she has no felony history and is presumed innocent of charges, Your Honor. And finally, that there's no evidence that she would have the ability or desire to intimidate any potential witnesses. Simply being related to some of the witnesses in this case does not rise to the level of that concern, Your Honor. And so for all of those reasons, we would be asking the court to adopt essentially what the DFACS case plan is. We'd be happy to provide a copy of that to the court if the court is so inclined to grant bond so that the court could conform its order to the DFACS case plan. It's our position that there are provisions therein such as drug treatment, et cetera, which will support her while she would be on the outside. Furthermore, Judge, that we have a location for her to live that is safe, it is out of county, and as the court knows, this has been a very highly investigated and focused upon case in media and social media, and so we would not provide that address to the court for fear about Ms. Simon's safety. As the court knows, she has been harassed by various members of the public who knew her prior address, and so we're very concerned about her safety should she be released, and we'd be happy to provide that to the court, but certainly not in open court.
Thank you, Ms. Walker.
Thank you.
Mr. Dean.
Your Honor, as the court has referenced yesterday afternoon, I emailed the court the state's 9-page response to petition for bond, which I then filed with the court and served on the defense this morning. There were, of course, emailed version yesterday. In that filing, which will be restricted because it contains sensitive information that ought not be released, I believe that the state has both preemptively responded pretty conclusively to some of the arguments just articulated by counsel, and also made certain other factual and legal arguments about the defendant's unsuitability for pretrial release in this case. And with that, I will rest on a written filing.
All right, thank you. In consideration of the information that was presented from the defense and from the state, the court will deny bond based on the risk that she would commit a felony while on bond, there's risk of flight as well. So with that, bond is denied.
Absolutely not. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, let's move into arraignment at this point. You have the client come forward.
And Your Honor, if a minute, we'll come to the podium, but our intention today is to ask, rather than for arraignment, because we believe there's, thank you, some conflict in the case law as to whether or not entering arraignment today would waive the demurrers that she's filed. Of course, the court is aware we filed 2 demurrers. One is a special demurrer as to counts 1, 2, 3 of this indictment, and a general demurrer as to counts 10, 12, 14, and 17. So what we'll be asking for today is for the court to simply set us down for a motion date where we can address those issues with the indictment, and then we would move forward with arraignment on that date, of course, so inclined.
Court will do that. Motions hearings will be scheduled soon, and we'll set aside time to address the several issues that as well as other motions as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Turning now to arraignment. Ms. Walker, does your client waive formal reading of the indictment?
Well, Judge, I think we may be doing that at that motion here, and we can do it all together. We're just concerned about waiving for arguments as to the demurrers that we've already filed, so we could move forward with arraignment at that motion stage rather than today.
What the court is willing to do is preserve your
Understood, Your Honor.
right to demur at this point. I would like to move forward with
Okay,
arraignment.
absolutely, Your Honor. And yes, so we would waive formal reading of the indictment. And Ms. Simon would be entering her plea of not guilty on the case and demanding a jury trial, but of course we have motions hearings to come.
Very, very true.
All right, and Your Honor, this time we're not going to sign my name to
All right, very well. Motion date to come.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Walker. You may be excused.
Thank you.
Court is in recess.